We're looking at the fundamental shift from traditional flat media to 360-degree immersive storytelling environments, focusing specifically on the principles of spatial narrative design. Here's a quick look at our roadmap for today. We'll start with stepping inside the story, then move to presence and embodiment. From there, we'll explore space's story, learn about guiding attention, map out the guest's journey, and finally wrap things up with VR ethics. All right, let's jump right into Section 1, Stepping Inside the Story. And this brilliantly illustrates the whole paradigm shift we're talking about here. It's the removal of that traditional screen frame. You see, in traditional media, you're safely on the outside looking through a window at the story. You're pretty much a passive observer. But immersive media? It completely flips the script. You literally step inside the virtual environment. You are physically surrounded by the world, which instantly changes your role from just watching to actively participating in a spatial narrative. Moving right along to Section 2, Presence and Embodied Narratives. So researchers Kim and Biaka define presence as this incredible psychological effect where your engagement becomes so organic and user-driven that you actually feel like you're truly there. Now, there's a really critical distinction to make here. Having fancy 360-degree visuals and 3D audio, that's just technical immersion. Presence is the actual psychological buy-in. And as a creator, you've got to realize that presence is incredibly fragile. I mean, one glitchy character casually walking through a wall or a clunky menu popping up out of nowhere, and boom, that delicate illusion is completely shattered. I absolutely love this concept from Valence and Towndrow. Storytelling becomes story living. This really gets to the magic of embodied narratives. When you're in VR and you physically have to reach your actual hand out to grab a crucial clue off a desk, your brain just shifts gears. You aren't just watching some hero do the work anymore. You are personally living the story. You are the one doing the investigating. Which brings us to Section 3, Environmental Storytelling and Space. Think about it this way. Instead of a narrator just telling you what's happening, the environment itself tells the story through its layout, the objects, and spatial metaphors. Imagine you're in an immersive VR experience set inside an old abandoned house. You aren't being spoon-fed exposition. Instead, simply by choosing which room to walk into first or picking up old photographs and letters left on a nightstand, you're piecing a family's history together entirely on your own. It's using spatial metaphors where your physical journey of exploring the house layout perfectly mirrors the emotional journey of the narrative. Next up, Section 4, Guiding the User's Attention.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is it hits on the absolute biggest challenge for a spatial designer. When users have total freedom to look anywhere, anytime, how on earth do you make sure they actually witness the most important story events? Well, the golden rule is the ears show the eyes where to look. Since you can't just forcefully cut the camera to a new angle like a movie director, you have to use environmental cues. Designers use spatial audio, like the sudden static of a crackling radio on a table behind you, or maybe a flickering light just catching your peripheral vision, to naturally and organically pull your attention exactly where it needs to be.
And developers manage this through a really practical framework called the attention arc. It goes like this. Step 1, give the user about 30 seconds just to look around and get their bearings. Don't hide the main plot point right at the start. Then, Step 2, use that sensory cue we just talked about to direct their focus. Finally, Step 3, let their action trigger the progression. A remarkably clever technique designers use here is to gently loop an event. For example, having an NPC constantly waving and yelling, "Hey, over here," until you finally notice and engage.
All right, on to Section 5, the guest's interactive journey.
Let's move to and see how this builds a whole new narrative blueprint compared to what we're used to. Traditional media relies on the classic hero's journey, right? A protagonist goes through an ordeal while we safely sit back and watch. But immersive design relies on the guest journey, where you become the main protagonist. And that is exactly why onboarding is so utterly critical. If you load into a scene and an NPC immediately walks up to you and says, "Thank goodness you're here, detective," your interactive role is instantly established. You immediately know who you are and what your goal is. Picture this intense VR scenario for a second. You're in a burning building. Do you physically turn your body left to reach for a treasured object, or do you turn right to save a person? It's a heavy choice, but it brilliantly shows how spatial interaction, physical movement, and branching narrative choices all intertwine. You aren't just pressing A or B on a controller. Your actual physical presence in the space is dictating the personalized flow of the narrative. To help structure all of this, former Disney Imagineer Margaret Carrison provides a truly fantastic, immersive checklist. You have to ask yourself, Is the story emotional? Does it engage all the senses? Have you built a believable time and place? Does it actively invite user participation? And finally, does it promote social interaction? Even if that just means a virtual character making meaningful eye contact with you. Which leads us to our final part, Section 6, Ethics in Virtual Reality. Because these immersive experiences are so deeply visceral, ethical considerations are massively heightened. Take a VR documentary that places a user in a solitary confinement simulation to convey the crushing reality of isolation. It's incredibly effective, sure, but it demands a ton of responsibility. So the crucial point is, how do we actually implement ethical pillars in design? Well, first is physical comfort. Best practices include using teleportation or blink transitions to move users around, which totally prevents the motion sickness caused by artificial camera movement. Second is emotional intensity. For the heavy stuff, developers often build in safe words or instant exit buttons. Third is consent and agency. Users should never be forced into participating in deeply unethical acts without warning. Using simple yes or no prompts ensures they have full agency over their actions. And lastly, absolute transparency regarding data privacy is a fundamental requirement. No exceptions. How will you design the world when the audience steps inside? You are a thoughtful host. Your job is to guide, to safeguard, and to entirely empower your user to truly live the story.